Sure. Last time we left after the fight, immediately after the fight. So you just disassembled or killed or killed this robotic samurai. They're left scattered to pieces on the ground, and right now I believe that you were considering whether to storm the mansion or finding an hiding spot, just because they were before attacking they just screamed alarm, and maybe there will be some reinforcements.
Did we have any idea of essence trails or anything in that building?
Well, the building
the
building we were in previously,
the first one
was
didn't
surprisingly empty of essence. I mean, in a way that's almost disturbingly empty.
Yeah.
Because remember, we have the impression that these machines are actually burning essence.
Yeah.
So I'm almost more disturbed by a full absence than I am by a presence, if that makes any sense. So
yeah.
I haven't used sensitivity. I want to get a little more information and be in a specific spot that seems important in this place before I try sensitivity on that again.
Yeah. But then we went to the new location and we were outside, and that's where the guards were.
Yeah.
But I don't remember if we actually tried to
test sensitivity. Oh no,
we didn't.
You didn't test any. You didn't check.
Maybe we should.
Sure. As far as maybe being a little bit more cautious or a little bit more careful about people coming to attack us, I don't know if I feel like sneaking around. I'm not very sneaky. But I don't really feel like, okay, our job now is to hide. Maybe some stalkers hide, but not this one. So
I think it's just mostly a question of, if we're going inside that building, just have some idea of if there's something that we should be aware of. So that what, Ron?
Yes, although I would hate to do some sensitivity, and we don't. I need to have some area of what I'm perceiving, right, through my ordinary senses, right? I need to have some.
Before we start, do you need any reminder of your surroundings or maybe the map?
So, to review a little bit, if I remember correctly, we have a weaponsmith to find.
Yes.
Right. And we have no idea how this weaponsmith is literally or connected to. I mean, we have a pretty good idea that he's making all this shit. Okay, we get that. The question is, how is he related to Essence, Enigma, whatever? Okay, I'm ready. I'm looking at our map, and now I see that there's this house, there's this shadow in the picture anyway, there's this shadow. We have come to the top of the stairs underneath this red gate, and we fought the samurai somewhere in front of that. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So right now we are like right out there in the middle on this path.
Yes.
Okay.
I prefer the term disassemble to fight. You know, let's.
Okay.
They're robots.
Dismantled. Yeah. Right. So, we'll keep telling ourselves that. It's a good question. So now you had mentioned there is this little path, and I can see it to the left going to that little building there.
Yes.
Okay. Now, did you say something interesting about that building?
Not at all.
Okay.
From the outside, it seems like it's larger than the picture.
Okay.
It seems like some sort of warehouse, but it's difficult to say.
Right. So it has a storage look to it somehow. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I suppose there are lots and lots of things to be concerned about. Just out of curiosity, to the left of the big house, is that some kind of a memorial or a grave, a place for the pictures of the dead or something like that? Do you know, or kind of curious to know what that is, or if it doesn't
Oh,
matter, just let me know. I don't care.
I don't believe it doesn't matter
Okay.
really.
Okay.
The
I was kind of
buildings are the
curious. I
important
kind
one.
of like the idea of the big memorial graveyard thing being right there, but that's okay. All right. So, in that case, we have a choice, people. We can go in like some kind of assault team. We can sneak around for some reason. We can investigate, or we can try to gain a better understanding of these different buildings. Um, we are about to have a lot more of these guys attacking us, and we defeated them, but they were not entirely worthless. They were foes that took attention and nibbled away at our numbers. So I don't really want to face 5, 6, or 7 of them. Um, so Pedro, you suggested that we use some of our sensitivity. Do you want to try your trackers, and I can use my sensitivity skill?
We can try that.
And also, where
How
from?
was
Are we just going to stand out here in the middle of this pathway?
We already made a lot of noise by beating up the other guys, so it's
Right.
not like we are unannounced. So if there's anyone coming, they're gonna come anyway.
Do you want to
So
just
I'm not particularly
right?
worried about that.
That's
I
it,
mean, it's not
right.
really like fundamental that we're gonna go to the house anyway.
Right.
So it's not
Right.
like we actually need to track anything. I probably would just say we just decide, do we want to go to the storage or do we go directly to the building, and that's pretty much it. Because whatever we do, we can come out of the building and go check the storage, or vice versa. Maybe we can check the storage first and then go to the building.
What I'm interested in is, if I were a weaponsmith, where would I be? Especially if I were a busy weaponsmith. I mean,
There's a
you
chance
don't
it's
make
in the
huge
storage. Probably.
you don't make huge robots, in the bedroom of the mansion, right? I don't think.
Right.
Unless somebody had to go and dig a dungeon underneath the house, but but okay. The
I
case for
suggest
that,
we go to
yeah.
the storehouse.
Okay, let's do that. Um, why don't you go take a look? Or what I guess I'm saying is, Lilith, you've got the best. I've got actually pretty good awareness of perception. Why don't I keep an eye out on the yard, right? In case, for example, one of those little tanks drives up and starts shooting at us, or something like that. While you two take a look in the warehouse, and I'll put my back to you and keep an eye out.
Yeah,
Sounds
and
good.
Lilith, I think you're better at close combat than I am, so probably
Right.
go first.
Okay.
I'm ready with my rend
Mhm.
just behind
Right.
you. So let's do that.
Okay then.
If
Go
there are any
with your
padlocks,
rolls.
I'm gonna chop them. Yeah.
Mhm. So I guess we'll go to basically to that black gate.
Yep. Is it? Yeah, there's a black gate there. Yeah.
I mean, in the cool Japanese, not really a gate, just very big thing to walk under.
Yeah, I imagine it is smaller than the red one you just crossed. Yeah. And so, do you want to roll for your awareness to check out if anyone is coming?
If that is available to me, I will do that immediately.
Sure.
But I don't object to that at all. So that is 6 dice, and I will add 3 to my result. 2, 3. It's not that great. My best result is a 9 at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, no.
Okay. So far looks good. everyone.
The bar looks good.
Mm-hmm. So I guess
so,
I can go to. Sorry, say.
oh no,
Were you
go
gonna
on.
say something? I guess I can go close and test the door of the warehouse. Is it open?
Yeah, it slides open, and well, we said that it is night, so there are no sources of light available in the warehouse. But as you slide open, maybe I can imagine there's these things like the moon exits from the clouds, so it shines its light into the warehouse, and even if you can see really well, the first thing that you can see is one of the faces of the cannons staring at you, and then you can see that this cannon has been dismantled, as many other things at the inside the warehouse. So you can see there are many pieces of furniture or mechanics. Or some of these samurais are still disassembled. And so the first thing you can say imagine is that this is where the blacksmith is assembling this machinery. However, a second look reveals that this equipment is battered and seems pretty quite used, or it seems that it has been dismantled after wearing out the essence. So the idea that they just finished the essence and they've been dismantled and covered in the warehouse. So it's a lot of equipment, but at the same time, there's nothing really that signals you that it may come to life and strike you back.
Well, I will turn to Lil.
Okay, go on.
I will just turn to Lilith and ask, like, if you want to go in, madam.
Yeah, I mean, I'll step through the door, look around, maybe turn over a disassembled head, so we'll look and just see if anything in the room, responds, if there's any movement or anything.
Can we actually see the whole inside, or are there like partitions?
Oh, no, it's the whole inside. So
we can see the whole
although
thing.
it may be difficult to spot for scary angles, for ambushes, or any kind of sudden attack, you have a quite clear vision of the entire warehouse.
This seems more like a storage facility, Mask. I don't think what we're looking for is here.
Okay.
Or more like a graveyard, if you like to think about it. Right?
Yeah.
Should we join our comrade outside?
Yeah, I think I'll go out and then say to you and Hazard, I think we need to head toward the main house here.
Nothing to see there.
Right. Now,
these metal.
Okay. In that case,
shells.
I take your point, Mask, about subtlety. Let's just walk straight up in there. And as we go, that's when I'd like to turn on the sensitivity. As we approach and I get a much better idea of the house. I didn't want to just sort of look at the house from a distance.
Okay.
I wanted to get up closer and have an idea of its architecture first, and then do sensitivity. That was my plan. So that's my hope.
Yeah, I can imagine that as you get closer, you can understand that the two buildings have this strange mixture of the Japanese architecture and some of the mechanical things intersecting,
right,
like creating this this kind of puzzling architecture where there are things that you can really understand, pipes located in some strange positions, or leading some steam in God knows where. So it's kind of strange.
It's extremely vivid. You have prompted my imagination very effectively. That building to the right on the map, which would be to our left as we approach.
Yes.
It is. Does that have a fair amount of the? I mean, it's not the mansion itself. It's not like with all the rooms and stuff, right? It's not the estate house. Does it have lots of little industrial pieces on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
That's my first target for sensitivity. That's,
okay.
As a matter of fact, I'm kind of leaning toward going there. I don't know if you guys agree, but I seem to remember there was some talk of the workshop being adjoining or something like that. But I think we should go there. That's where my steps are taking me. So should I make the sensitivity roll? Should anybody else have any rolls? What do you say, Adriano?
Yeah, go for the sensitivity roll. And if anybody wants to join, of course, they can roll as well.
Ah, that's much better.
Yeah.
Okay, in this case, my total is 15.
Yeah, as you expand your consciousness to the building on the left, you can say that there's a cold flame emanating from the inside of the building, a very strong flame, and it's like something else is burning, although it is quite dying out. It's a flame like dying out, consuming. There's another that is very big in terms of essence.
The furnace is in there, and I have a nasty notion that there may be sources of essence which are being consumed, and those sources may have names and bodies. Just a guess. That possibly shadows, or God help us all, an unbidden is actually being burned.
Oh, shit.
That's a guess. Right now, it's just a guess. All I know is that the essence that I'm picking up on here is being consumed as a source of fuel, and those are the primary sources of essence that I am aware of.
That's more scary than finding the unbidden.
Let's get in there.
Burning the unbidden is.
Let's. I mean, I'm almost tempted. I'm almost tempted right now. It's like Mask. Do we just want to blow away the corner of that building with Rend? Should we just do like the Avengers here and completely destroy the corner of the building, and never mind this stupid testing of locks and stupid doorways and crap like that?
I'm all for it.
All right.
Let's do it.
I'm not even going to say anything. I'll just say to Lilith.
Lilith is just like...
Well, I'll be like, get ready. Right?
Okay.
Tell us what to do, Adriano.
You've been exploding scenery for the past couple of sessions, so let's make it work for us.
That's right.
Well, I'm not thinking anything particularly strong. You're not aiming, I suppose, at the metal, but at the wood concerning this.
Correct. Yeah.
This building.
This is structural support we are after here.
Oh yes, the
primary structural support, which I assume is original architecture. So.
Okay. Then. I'm puzzled about what to do right now. I suppose that you can just roll for your attack, and
then the attack.
Here, the thing is not. I believe the problem here is that the fact that you hit a static target is not the issue. Is the fact that can you effectively roll through this thing and confront the unbidden on your own terms? But I suppose you can just use the normal procedure and see
Okay.
if it fits.
Got an 11.
Okay. Attack.
Okay.
And oh, I got a 16.
Yeah, sure.
Which is good because it
Your-
was based on 4s and so not a 6, which is good.